In professional wrestling, there are characters. You have to stop being yourself and act a different way. Whether it be a really nice babyface that the crowd can get behind, a badass babyface that the crowd would love, or too much of a babyface that the crowd would hate, or an asshole heel that the crowd would always boo, or a hero that good the crowd couldn't help cheer for. Today, we'll be looking at both of those types of heels. You're watching Eras of Wrestling, and this is our top 10 best WWE heels of all time.
Number 10, Baron Corbin. Corbin wasn't always a great heel that the crowd would hate. At the start of his main roster run, he was just a good wrestler that didn't have much personality, which some people would like and some people wouldn't. But then his heel status grew more and more until it reached the turning point when Corbin shaved his head and became an authority figure. The crowd couldn't stand him, and also Corbin started to get boring in the ring. It's like his talent was in his hair. After he defeated Kurt Angle in his retirement match at WrestleMania 35, and later in the year won the King of the Ring tournament, nobody would cheer for him, and he would be a classic, unlikable heel.
Number 9, Sami Zayn. Zayn was always known as a lovable babyface underdog. He was a fan favourite no matter what, but in 2017 he was getting ruined by WWE on the Smackdown brand. But that changed at Hell in a Cell 2017, where he helped his former best friend and bitter rival Kevin Owens defeat Shane McMahon, as he pulled Owens off the announce table when Shane jumped off the top of the cell, causing Shane to miss and lose the match. We all know how charismatic Sami Zayn can be as a babyface, but at this time we found out he can also do the same as a heel. He would come out to his theme music sarcastically dancing like he would when he was a face and disrespecting the crowd in a very big way. He is a very underrated heel, but one of the best.
Number 8, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold has always been a captivating character and personality in WWE, whether he was a face or a heel. When he was a face, he would flip the bird at his opponents, but if he was a heel, he would do it to the crowd. Austin turned heel at WrestleMania X7 or 17, in one of the most shocking WrestleMania moments of all time. In a match with The Rock, Stone Cold aligned himself with his former enemy, Vince McMahon, after hitting The Rock with a steel chair. That infamous call when Jim Ross said Austin had done a deal with the devil. He is a very lovable babyface, but also a captivating heel and one of the best of all time.
Number 7, Randy Orton. In 2004 to 2006, Orton was known as the Legend Killer, attacking many legends and getting severe boos from the crowd. But Orton stopped that gimmick and just became a psychotic heel, especially in 2009, when he knocked out Stephanie McMahon and kissed her while she was unconscious, while Triple H was forced to watch. Many people know that Randy Orton just doesn't really work as a babyface. It does work, but not as much as when he is a heel. Let's take 2018 as an example. Randy Orton returned from an injury and immediately turned heel and became psychotic once again. In his Hell in a Cell match with Jeff Hardy in 2018, he took a screwdriver and put it in the ear of Hardy. When Randy Orton is booked properly as a heel, oh boy, is it good.
Number 6, Seth Rollins. After a shocking betrayal on the June 2nd, 2014 episode of Raw, when Seth Rollins joined the Authority and turned in the Shield, he just showed how much a good heel he could be. Rollins was a cowardly type of heel, running away from his problems instead of facing them like a man. At Money in the Bank, he won the ladder match, becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, but didn't get the job done on his own. When it looked like Dean Ambrose was going to win, out comes Kane, laying him out with a chokeslam and a tombstone, allowing Rollins to win. Seth Rollins would always expect the Authority, mainly Kane and J&J Security, to help him watch his back. But nowadays, Rollins is once again a heel with a Jesus gimmick, as he claims to be the Monday Night Messiah. And the gimmick is actually working well, really. No matter what gimmick you put him with, always expect him to be a great heel.
5, Vince McMahon. In 1999, McMahon was the evil boss who would always screw over all the top babyfaces, mainly Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those two went on to have a huge rivalry without having any matches, but bear in mind, Vince McMahon is the owner of the company, and he controversially booked himself to win the 1999 Royal Rumble from the number 2 position after eliminating Stone Cold to win it. When he rolled out of the ring at the start of the match and barely even participated. But luckily for us, Vince went on not to main event WrestleMania, and he vacated the spot and gave it to The Rock in their really good match at WrestleMania. But it was the worst one of the three that they did have. But Vince McMahon continued to be an asshole from this amount of time.
Number 4. Tommaso Ciampa. In 2017, Tommaso Ciampa turned heel on a long-time best friend, Johnny Gargano, after they failed to win back the NXT Tag Team Championships at NXT TakeOver Chicago against AOP. After this, Ciampa was injured. We couldn't see him until the start of 2018, when he was cleared to wrestle, and then the feud with Gargano took off. Ciampa at this time was disliked by everyone in Full Sail and around the world. He even entered arenas getting ready for matches without a theme song, allowing us to hear the crowd boo him and chant things as "You suck" and "F you Ciampa" and much more. Now though, Ciampa is one of the badass babyfaces that we mentioned about the start of the video, and is about to enter a new program with the newest NXT signing, Karrion Kross. But hopefully by seeing this new side of Ciampa, nobody forgets how good of a heel he was.
Number 3, Kevin Owens. On his first appearance in NXT in late 2014, he was portrayed as a badass babyface until later in the night where he turns heel. And this was just the start of his great work as a heel. After winning the NXT Championship, just a few short months later, he made his debut on the main roster, confronting John Cena and laying him out, setting up a match for Elimination Chamber. Owens won the match. He was clearly making a huge impact after beating Cena. After doing so, he grabbed both the NXT Championship and Cena's US title, holding up his title and standing on Cena's. After the rivalry ended, which saw Cena get his win back on Owens, he would go on to cut some heel great promos and show how good he is as a heel. Owens had some very early success in WWE due to his great heel work, and now, here today in WWE, is a badass babyface.
Number 2. The Miz. Ever since 2009, when The Miz attacked John Morrison and became a successful heel singles star, Miz has been untouchable when it comes to heel promos, and he is nowhere near as good as a face when he was an arrogant and cowardly heel flanked by Alex Riley in 2010, the same year when he won Money in the Bank and cashed in to become WWE Champion by defeating Randy Orton. And Michael Cole was very happy, but this girl wasn't. Now, yes, he wasn't his best. That would come in 2014 when he debuted his Hollywood megastar gimmick. This is the peak of his career, and also let's not forget his promo on Talking Smack is legendary and not talked about as much as The Miz is the second best heel in WWE today.
And number 1, The Rock. Yeah, even just his brief time as a heel, he was damn good at it. Looking at this now, it's basically just The Rock, but a little more cocky. It was gold, though. He stood with Vince as a part of the corporation to take down Stone Cold, and he made Goldberg's WWE debut look like money. It was The Rock that made it as good and memorable as it is today. His reaction when he came out, his sale of the spear, it was great. Sure, he wasn't heel for long, but he should have lasted longer as a heel. His heel promos were great. He disrespected the crowd, and his arrogance towards everyone is fantastic. Wait, what? Wait, I have to end it a certain way? Bro, come on. It doesn't matter how I end it.
And with that, this is how we end our top 10 best WWE heels of all time. Let us know what you thought in the comments section down below. Did we miss any, or are there some people in this list that shouldn't have made it? We would love to know your feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching. I have been Cameron.
And I've been Callum.
From Eras of Wrestling. And that's it. Please like and subscribe, or do whatever the heck you want, and we will catch you guys in the next one.